For exercise 3, we're going to add windows to our house. So go ahead and open up the PDF file, and we are going to open the current file and go ahead and select we should be on page 15. And we're going to look at making windows, so go ahead and select your AutoCAD file, click on the window, and it should be live, and go ahead and select a window on the wall of your bedroom and just drop it in there and then hit the escape key. And right click on the properties, and we want to make sure that the properties are selected correctly, and in this case the width of the window should be at 4 feet and the height should be at 5 feet. And we're going to select another window. You want to hit the escape key to get rid of that first window. Select the window command, drop it on that wall in the kitchen. Once you have it selected, drop it in there. And then we're going to go ahead and click on it, right click, and hit properties. And again, we're going to make sure that the width is correct, and we want it to be width of 4 feet and height of 5 feet. And looking back on our PDF file, it wants us to add some more windows. Now it's looking for a 5x5 mullion. If it does not appear, just go ahead and select the standard mode if you don't have that in the style. Select the window, and if you don't see it, we'll go ahead and, as I said, we'll use the standard mode. And we're going to go ahead and drop those windows in. One in the dining room, and this is illustrated in the PDF file. Then one in the living room, actually two at the bottom of the living room. And if you notice, that door is not centered very well, so go ahead and just drop those windows in there. Let me select that door and move it to the center as best as I can. Then I'm going to select all three of those windows and right click and hit the property command, and I want the width to be 5 feet. So type in 5, and then let's go ahead and inspect what we did. Go to the isometric. Any view will do fine. And on the view styles, conceptual, and then there's an orbit. Now if any of these windows don't appear, you right click on the top bar and you should see those icons. So there's the 3D orbit, it's already there. And what the 3D orbit lets you do is to rotate around the object so you can inspect it. So there we have the doors, the windows, and the walls. And then let's go back to the top view and select the 2D wireframe, and then make sure you save your file. And you are completed with the third exercise. For exercise 4, we are going to add stairs to our house. So on page 20, the first things that asks us to do is, once we have our file open of our house, we are going to turn on the OSNAP button. So with an AutoCAD, turn on the OSNAP button. And then let's go ahead and select the stair from the tool palette menu. And on the property command, let's go ahead and modify the stair. Alright, so in the property menu, the style should be standard. The shape it wants is straight. The vertical orientation should be up. The width it's asking for is 3 feet 9. The height is at 8 feet. It's a pretty standard wall at 8 feet. The justification is asking at right. Terminate at the riser. Flight length is the distance. Calculation rules. We're going to keep it a tread. The riser count is 14. Okay, that looks good. Then go ahead and select on the wall, the starting point, then come up, and it asks us on page 22 to stop at the endpoint above the door. Okay. And then I hit escape. Now let's inspect what we've done here. Isometric view. And on the shading, make it conceptual. And let's go ahead and use the orbit. Let's scroll around the object to see what we did. Okay, that looks good. And then go back to the top view. And let's go to 2D wireframe and save your work. And that is the end of the exercise.